Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today's video is something I think everyone needs to hear, especially if you've ever felt like certain people in your life just aren't good for you. You know, the ones who leave you feeling drained, frustrated, or maybe even confused about what's going on. I'm talking about toxic people. We've all encountered them, whether it's in our friendships, relationships, or even at work. And the truth is, these individuals can have a major impact on our mental and emotional health. Now, I know this can be a touchy subject, but don't worry. By the end of this video, you'll be able to recognize the signs of toxic people in your life. You'll also learn how to protect your boundaries, preserve your peace, and take steps to create healthier relationships. So stick around, because we're diving deep into 5 warning signs you're encountering toxic individuals. And I promise, this is information you'll want to keep for yourself. But before we dive in, do me a favor, like this video, subscribe, and don't forget to hit the notification bell so you never miss out on our weekly content. Ready? Let's get into it. Okay, let's start with the first sign, emotional manipulation. If you've ever felt like someone in your life constantly makes you question your emotions, or worse, makes you feel responsible for their feelings, then you're likely dealing with a toxic individual. Emotional manipulators are experts at making you feel guilty, anxious, or even like you owe them something. It's a form of control, and it's incredibly damaging over time. You've just had a long day and all you want to do is relax, but your friend keeps calling, texting, or dropping by, and when you politely tell them you need some space, they respond with, "I guess I'm not important enough for you to care." Or, "I'm really upset right now. I thought you were my friend." Immediately, you're made to feel bad about setting a simple boundary. That's emotional manipulation in action. Toxic people use guilt trips like this to make you feel responsible for their emotions, even when you have nothing to do with it. It's exhausting and can leave you second-guessing yourself. You may even begin to feel like you can't say no or take time for yourself because you're afraid of hurting them. And that's when it becomes a cycle, because no matter how much you give, it will never be enough. So if this sounds familiar, keep an eye out for this behavior in your relationships. Now on to sign number 2, they constantly put you down. Toxic individuals are experts at belittling others, sometimes under the guise of joking, but other times it's much more direct and hurtful. They might make comments about your appearance, your decisions, your career, or even the people you care about. And here's the thing, this behavior doesn't just sting in the moment. Over time, it chips away at your self-esteem. Imagine you've worked really hard for something, whether it's a personal achievement or something you've been passionate about, and you share that with a friend or loved one. Instead of celebrating with you, they respond with something like, "Well, I'm surprised you even got that far." Or, "Are you sure that's the right path for you? I don't think you're cut out for it." People who constantly put you down are experts at making you feel less than. They disguise it as tough love or just kidding. But the truth is, their words stick with you. Over time, their criticism gets louder than your own inner voice, and you start questioning your worth. Remember, real friends, real, healthy relationships build you up, not tear you down. All right, sign number 3, they're always playing the victim. This is something that can really confuse you, because toxic individuals are masters of manipulation. They have an uncanny ability to turn every situation into poor me. No matter what's going on, it's always someone else's fault. And while it's completely normal for people to go through hard times, the toxic person never takes responsibility for their own actions or choices. Let's break it down with a real-life example. You've been working hard at your job, hitting all your deadlines and doing everything right. Yet the toxic person in your life keeps telling you, "Well, I've been stuck in a rut. Nothing ever goes my way." They make it sound like the world is out to get them, and suddenly you feel like it's your responsibility to help them out of their misery. But when it's time to share your own struggles or victories, they switch the conversation back to their pain. The danger here is that you end up feeling emotionally responsible for their happiness, even though that's not your job, it's not healthy, and it's not fair to you. Recognizing this victim mentality is crucial, because it's a manipulation tactic that leaves you drained and emotionally exhausted. Sign number 4, they have no boundaries. We all need boundaries. It's what helps us stay true to ourselves, protect our energy, and maintain a healthy sense of self. Toxic people, however, don't respect your boundaries. They'll test them, cross them, and ignore them, leaving you feeling overwhelmed and taken advantage of. Let's say you've had a long week and just want to spend some quiet time alone. A toxic person might not respect that need for space. They might show up unannounced, expecting you to entertain them or do something for them, even though you've made it clear that you're not available. And when you try to politely say no, they push back, making you feel guilty for needing a break. Boundaries are essential for maintaining a sense of self-respect and emotional balance. When someone repeatedly violates them, it shows a lack of regard for your needs, and that's toxic behavior. You deserve to have your personal space and time respected. And finally, sign number 5, they bring drama into your life. Toxic people thrive on chaos. If you're finding that every time you interact with someone, there's some kind of conflict, gossip, or unnecessary drama, you're dealing with someone who loves stirring the pot. Imagine you're with a group of friends and things are going smoothly when suddenly the toxic individual starts a rumor, creates tension, or brings up an argument out of nowhere. It doesn't matter if it's trivial or not. It's the drama that they crave. They will find any reason to cause conflict or stir up emotions just for the thrill of it. The problem is, this drama becomes your drama. You get pulled into unnecessary fights, misunderstandings, and emotional turmoil. And before you know it, you're exhausted from trying to keep the peace. Healthy relationships don't thrive on conflict. They thrive on peace, understanding, and mutual respect. Whew. Okay, those were 5 signs you might be dealing with a toxic person in your life. It's so important to recognize these behaviors early on so that you can take steps to protect yourself. Remember, you deserve relationships that build you up, not tear you down. Take a moment to evaluate the people around you. Are they supporting you or are they draining you? Trust your instincts, set healthy boundaries, and don't be afraid to distance yourself from people who no longer serve your well-being. You have the power to choose who you allow into your life. Now, I want to hear from you. Have you ever dealt with a toxic person? How did you recognize the signs and how did you deal with it? I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Your story might just help someone else going through the same thing. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more content just like this. Protecting your peace is so important, and I'm here to help guide you every step of the way.